how long was it after y'all met that y'all had sex?
Ooh,
1.0 and 2.0.
This is good because what's really interesting is I've never had a one-night stand. I've never just like picked somebody up at the bar, met somebody, fucked, and that was it. Never saw them again. It's just never been a thing for me. But what's interesting is with Sax and I, like my good buddy Greg was going through he was on this journey where he was doing like he didn't cut his hair for 3 years. He had no sex for 3 years, no drinking, no anything. It was just this weird thing that he was doing, and it was super cool. Mm-hmm. But I remember him talking about where he was at prior to that, like in dating, and he was like not gonna have sex with somebody for a period of time, right? Mm-hmm. And when we met, I didn't kiss you. We figured this out the other day. I didn't kiss you for over a month.
Till August 19th.
And so we figured it was like 6 or 7 dates that we went on before I ever even kissed you. And that was on purpose. That was intentional, because you probably would have fucked me the first time. Let's be serious. You would have.
We'll never
know. I'm a hot fucking commodity, baby.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. I'm a betting man. All right. Anyways, whatever. But for me, I wanted to write a different story. And it wasn't necessarily you, it was me. It was more my choice. Mm-hmm. Because to me, I think if you have sex right out of the gates, it fucks things up. And I have found through dating and through experiences that for me as an individual, like, that just became kind of a thing. Like, if you're willing to fuck me on the first date, you'll fuck anybody on the first date. And if you're out going on other dates, then I'm really not interested in that kind of reality, right? Mm-hmm. And you're kind of the same way. Mm-hmm. For you and I didn't kiss you for 5, 6, 7 dates. And I think we were dating for at least...
Well, it was August, because it was right after my birthday.
It was at least like a month or so that before we had sex.
Yeah, like probably 2 months from our first date to then. Yeah.
And I look, I'm not going to tell people what to do with their life. You guys do whatever the fuck you want, right? I think that our connection was a lot stronger than I've had connections prior to with other people because of that. Mm-hmm. And I think there was I know that you had questions. You're like, I don't even know if you have said that. I don't even know if this guy likes me or whatever.
I was on a lot of levels. I'm like,
you're like, what the hell? Why won't even fucking kiss me? But for me, I wanted to experience something different and not have it just be physical, you know? And I think this is hard for a lot of people, especially if you've been divorced. If you're used to having sex on the regular, and now all of a sudden you're hanging out with somebody and you're dating somebody and you're wanting that's a very, very, very pivotal part of connection and relationship. But I definitely think that if you're jumping in and having sex right out of the gates and that's your primary source of connection, I think that's a struggle. It was a struggle for me, because then all you really have is the physical connection. Mm-hmm. Where with you and I, we went on a number of dates. We sat and talked for hours and hours and hours and hours long before we ever had sex. And I truly attribute a lot of where we are now to that decision.
Yeah, we definitely built a foundation of communication before we ever were intimate. That's definitely.
But once we started having sex, we were fucking like crazy. Fact. And it was great.
Yes.
Tell him.
I guarantee you're having the same thought.
Yeah, I know I am. So tell him.
It might have been the first time we had sex.
It was.
He was in my house, and I was bent over my bed. I just remember stopping, like, Matrix style, just like everything's happening in slow motion. I was like, yeah, I can do this. Just getting fucked from behind. Like, yep, I think I'm in. It's all right.
She told me
he loves this story.
She told me that. I laughed so freaking hard the first time we had sex.
I was like, all right. Because sometimes I'm like, man, this is really not going that well.
She's like, I remember turning around, like, looking at you, just going, yeah, okay, I can do this.
We're going to Pound Town. Let's go, babe.